Hi and welcome to this Onshape tutorial. Today we're going to look at the sheet metal features and we're going to focus on this challenge in the bottom right hand corner. So what we're going to learn about today is how we can convert an existing part into a sheet metal design or feature. Along the bottom we have a number of different tabs. This tab here, which is active, gives us a quick overview of the different challenges and activities, and if you click on the YouTube icons or symbols, that will give you access to the YouTube tutorials. This tab gives you a quick overview of different resources and tutorials, and if you click on this one here, you have access to all the Onshape tutorials that I've created. If we come over to this side, this is the actual design that we're going to create, which in a way looks quite complex, but it is quite a simple process. In a previous tutorial we've had a look at how to basically thicken an initial sketch and then start to create flanges. Now in this tutorial we're actually going to look at how we can convert an extruded design into a sheet metal feature or part. So if we drag this back in time, we can actually have a look at how we've created this, and then we're actually going to have a go by clicking on the plus, create part studio, right click and rename that tutorial, and then let's have a look at what we did and how we created this. So we created an initial sketch of 100mm by 100mm, and I've extruded that 100mm above the sketch, so that's quite easy. So we go to sketch, click on the plane, which is the top one, press N for it to flatten that or to normalize it. Then we're going to use a center rectangle, type in 100 by 100. That's fully defined. We could give it a name if we wish, so we could say base sketch, so it's easy to select later on, and we can confirm that. And that's now saved. We can now click on extrude, we can select this, and we're going to go up say 100 millimeters in that direction, and we're clicking new because it's the first sort of feature we're creating. We don't need to worry about it merging into anything else. So we've got that design there. And then what I did next is I started to add these additional features here. But before we do that, we're just going to look at simplifying this a little bit. So if you go up to here as we've done before and you click on sheet metal model, you've got the options again up here, and we've had a look at extrude and thicken, and we'll look at extrude in more detail in the next tutorial. But we're going to click on convert, so parts or surfaces to convert, so this part here, and I can select it there or there. So faces to exclude, if you want to remove a particular face, and this is a little bit like when we use the shell feature, then we can select it and remove it. So what I'm going to do is actually remove this one at the top like that. We've then got other information here and other options where we can actually change like the thicknesses, the bend radiuses, K factor, corner styles, and so on. And we can have a look at those shortly. Now what I'm going to click on is edges that I want to bend. And what I'm going to do is come towards the bottom. And when I click this edge here, you'll see a radius appear, which is defined by this value here. And then once I click on this one here, this shape here is defined by this here. So again, if I want to go rounded, I can change that there. So I'm just going to keep that as a simple option. I'm then going to zoom out and rotate this and zoom back in and select these bottom ones as well, like so. Then once I've done that, I can confirm it once I'm happy with these values. And if I right click to spin that around, what we have here, and remember you can click on this here, we've now got a very, very simple flat design, which could be folded to create this simple design here. And then depending on how we would join these sides, we can add sort of tabs and things like that, or if you were making this out of something, you could essentially add some spot welds or tacks down this to join those permanently. So if we come out of this now, what we're going to do is we're going to add these additional features on here. So what I'm going to do is just roll this back actually to this extrude like so. And if we have a look at the sizes and features, we can go into here and we can normalize that. And what I've got is 25 millimeters on each edge and 25 millimeters sticking out. And then how much have I extruded that by? 15 millimeters. So we go back to here, we click on the surface, we click sketch, we normalize this, and I'm going to create this. I'm only going to create one side and then I'll mirror it. So I'm going to type that in there, just going to click to define it, and like so. So I'm actually going to delete that option there, and I'm going to go from that side to there, 25 mil, double click that, 25 mil, and I'm going to go from this side to that side, 25 millimeters. So that's using the dimension tool there, or D for dimension. I'm now going to, I could give that a name if I wanted to. So I don't know, additional feature, and can confirm that just to see what that looks like. So yeah, that's what I want. I can now go to extrude, select this, flip the direction. I want to add it, so I want it to add it, I don't want it to be a separate body, and I'm going to type in now, which I've forgot the size, 15 millimeters. And type in 15. And just check this, so we're adding blind direction, so single direction 15. Don't need to select anything else. It's merging with the part I want it to merge, and I don't need to add a draft or second direction. Confirm that. I'm going to go up here, I'm going to click on mirror, and I'm going to mirror that feature. So we're going to say extrude to the mirror plane. It's going to be this plane that's running through the middle that way. So if I click on that, it would be helpful. There we go. So I've just mirrored that design over to that. And of course, if I change that sketch, and if I change how much it's extruded, this side will update. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this back down now. And you can see here I've got to this design. However, if I go into here, you can see it's all in bits. So I need to go back and sort out a few of the options. If I right click on this and go edit, and I'm just going to press F to move this across a little bit. I'm now going to add some additional bends. So in here, so click on the bends, and I'm going to add a bend, say on there, and on that one. So it bends out that way, and I'm going to, let's have a look what I did on this original one actually. I just bent it across that. So I'm going to go back to here. What I did, I selected, and the bends, this one here. And of course this shape is being determined, by the options in here. If I zoom out and select that one, and I can keep checking what this is looking like. It's still not quite there because I probably need to do the other side. So go around here, do the underneath, so it bends down, I'm going to do that one, I'm going to select this one. All these selections are appearing here, so if you've done something wrong you can just delete it, for example, like that, and choose another edge if you wanted to. And do the opposite one, and let's see now what we've got. Now what we might need to do is probably confirm this. Like that, and I'm going to look around. That's not looking too bad, I don't think, because we've got those radiuses in those areas. And there you go. It's looking a lot better now. It's flat and it's not in pieces, which is good because we've defined where we want those. And you can see here, this is highlighting the bend, and there's nothing intersecting. If you find that, say, this part here is intersecting, what you'd have to do is you'd have to go back into here and go edit, Okay, and then work out which edge that you selected. Okay, delete it and maybe select like an opposite, okay, section, say down here, so it bends the other way. So all that is now, we press F for fit. Okay, we've created all those additional bends and features. And then once again, which is really important to note, is say, if you have a look at this one, okay, did we have anything else? Oh, actually I've added a hem. So we added a hem on these two, so we'll have a look what that is. So in here you've got different options. So we've looked at this one before, we've looked at flange, and again you've got things like tabs and so on. So we're going to look at a hem. So a hem will allow me to select, okay, an edge here. And if we go across, we can see what's happening here. So basically it's folding over that edge, it's extending it and folding it over. You've got options to do with, okay, the length of that sort of hem that folds over, and you've also got other options again if you want that to be outer, okay, in place. And again you've got the different types of corners, okay, so if you want a simple, or you can click on close, okay, and depending on the angle you look at, okay, that will, okay, update, okay, you'll see it sort of in that corner there. And then what I could do is confirm that, and that will update, okay, on here. If I can zoom in, you can see here it's included that, and if I hover over it, it gives me a preview, okay, there, or if I hover it over here, it gives me a preview on there. So I can see that now on there, okay, and it's highlighted there as well as a feature. Okay, so what we can do now is, if we come out there, is add another one to say this side, and it's remembered my values that I used on that side. Of course I could change this if I wanted it slightly bigger, I could, and I could take that, and again that will have updated if I zoom on that side there. Okay, this side here is updated. Okay, so what we've learned about there is how to convert that initial sort of extrude into a sheet metal, then add these sort of additional features on the side, okay, add those, okay, extra bends, so therefore it creates that flat drawing on the net of it, and then we've looked at how we can add, okay, these additional, okay, features of an hem. And we'll look at some of the other ones in future tutorials as well. And then the last thing we're going to do, like we talked about before, is if we're going to add, say, some of the features like holes or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and finish this, and I'm going to select it and say finished. I'm now going to go in to extrude, sorry, sketch actually, then extrude it. So I'm going to go click a sketch, and I'm going to put, what I'm going to do, we'll go for just a hole here, quite a big hole, say 45mm on the bottom. If I press D for dimension, okay, we'll go for 45 as well, and it's on the centre, okay, that's snapped to the origin, that's why it's gone black. So I'm going to go now, I'm going to go right, okay, what I want to do is I'm going to put that hole, okay, and we want it to go through, so remove, blind, I'm just dragging it through and being a bit lazy, and I'm going to update that. If I want to, okay, repeat that on the other sides, and I could mirror it, or I could do a pattern, so let's have a look. So we go circle pattern, what do we want to pattern? Okay, that feature there, the axis, so it's asking for an axis. So what I might do actually is we're going to go sketch, I'm going to select the right plane, and then from the origin I'm going to draw a straight line, which is going to be my axis. So again, come into circle pattern, feature, select that extrude, select the axis, and it's automatically said I want 4 within 360. It's actually guessed what I was going to do. I could obviously change that if I wanted to, and then I'm going to confirm that. Now, because I've placed that after the finished sheet, on the 3D view it will appear, but on here it won't. So what's going to be important is that I drag a sketch past the sheet metal finish. So before it's still not appearing because I've still got the extrude, so I need to drag that back, and you see it will appear here, but the pattern's not appearing because I need to drag that the sketch, the axis as well, and then the circular pattern. So all that has been applied beforehand. So that's important. If you then think, oh yeah, I need all these features, you apply it all in 3D, you then notice nothing's appearing, you need to make sure they are all before this feature of finishing. Alright, if you don't, and you just test out say ideas on here first, and you're not too bothered about it appearing on there, then obviously you can leave it afterwards. That's important to note. It will not automatically update this. And we've created design like that. And of course, if you don't want the circle pattern and you don't want say the extrude or anything like that, you can right click and delete it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this content helpful, please click like and subscribe, and also check out any other resources and videos created using the links in the description. I'll see you on the next one.